Hey, welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the last of the 4 Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Walmart exclusive 2-packs. This is the Raphael versus Triceraton. This is the packaging. It comes in, has a really cool brick background with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle logo at the top. We have Raphael and Triceraton cartoon images at the bottom. Looks pretty cool. You can see on the back of the box we have the 4 turtles on the one side. It says the shells, and then we have the Rebels, which is Shredder and his henchmen, on the other side. These are very nice boxes. If you're very careful, you can take the figures out and put them back in if you would like to. So with that being said, let's start taking a look at some of these figures. Alright, let's start off by taking a look at Raphael. It's pretty cool. He does his own shade of green. It's pretty much the same buck as the other 3 turtles. Has his red bandana, elbow pads, wristbands, knee pads, which we come to expect. He has a brown belt with the yellow R with the back background with the white trim as a belt buckle. It's pretty nice. On the back of the figure is really not much to see. He doesn't have a lot of straps on Raph. He just has his belt, no bandolier or anything. Looks really good. Very clean. Very nicely done. So for his face sculpt, we have nicely painted eyes. We can see the teeth on both the side of his mouth. It's really, really good. In the back, we have his back of his bandana all tied in a knot and blown in the wind, nicely sculpted. His brown shell. Pretty cool. So here's a 360 look at Raph. Some other poses so you can see some of the sculpt work. These are very nice figures. These retail for $34.95 at Walmart. I will say that as we take a look at some more of the angles, if you come across this found these on Walmart.com, not in the store. They were $34.95, but I noticed like every day or so they've changed to $80 for some reason. Not sure if they're being scalped or how it's even working, but it goes back to, because it goes to like an alternate seller, and it goes back to Walmart.com. Those are popping in and out of stock. But if you see these for $80 on Walmart, don't pay that if you don't want to. Obviously, you can do what you want, but I checked it every day, a couple times a day, and it was $34.95. I passed on it because I had something to do. When I go back and get it, was $80. Then it came back. It was a couple days later, $34.95. Then went back to $80 after I just, out of curiosity, wanted to check again. So don't know why this package is doing it. But if you're experiencing that issue, I wanted to share my issue with you. That way, if you wait just another day or so, you might find them for the retail price. For the articulation of this figure, we have, he does look down a little bit. He does look up a lot. We do have some side to side. Mine's very tight. Does rotate 360. Very cool. Arms on a ball joint, rotate 360 also. Just to get close as you can to this joint if you want to, raise this up, because you don't put a lot of pressure on that bicep joint. It's not fragile or anything, but over time you could probably bend and warp that. And if you want to keep your figures nice, I recommend, getting close to that ball on his shoulder. But his arms will raise up that much. Pretty cool. Here's a rotation here at the bicep at the top, 360. It does have a double jointed elbow. See, I get in there and rotate that ball. You can see how nice the range is on these turtles for posability. Very cool. Like that. Like I said, double jointed elbows. Very nice. You don't see that a lot in figures. I hope in the future some of the other companies will pick up on the double jointed elbows as well as keeping the double jointed knees. The hands are very nicely articulated. Fingers on a pinnacle. They both kind of like rotate individually. And the thumb is individually down and up. Little joint right there. And it rotates 360 if you like. Very nice to have articulated fingers for the Ninja Turtles. Chest articulation. We have a side to side. And forward and back. Nab crunch. This is all one piece. The shell is attached to the top piece, as you can see here, so it allows for nice posability. He gets that much of a split. You might be able to force a little bit more, but I'm not willing to try, because these are from my personal collection. We can get a nice split this way. Pretty cool. Double kick. He does have thigh rotation here and here. There's very fine cuts there that are hidden pretty nicely. Double jointed knees. Very cool. And for the feet, they do pivot down. They pivot up. The toes are alternate also. One down, one up. Vice versa. Or both up, both down. Pretty cool. Nice posability options for your displays. And then looking fantastic there, Raph. I think when I was a kid, Leonardo was my favorite. Raph is my second favorite, if that's a thing. But now I think I'm leaning more towards Raph as my favorite as an adult. Still on the fence, but do like Raph's attitude. He does come with a stand. We have Raphael on done in black, and a sewer lid cover. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sculpted in as well. Really nice. It was painted, the green with the red and white strip at the top. There's the back. He does have two pig holes on his feet, and they are perfectly tonsed, just like the other sets. Really, really cool. That's how he stands. Raph does come with his size. He has a pair of size, actually. You get two of them. They're exactly the same. Red handle is ownership. Like a dull silverish color. These are very nice plastic. They're not very easy bend. There is some bang to them if you do push the threshold, but they're nice and firm. And you really don't have much of an issue with quality. These are very nice quality figures, in my opinion. He does have a place on his front belt that he can store his two size. That looks great. I love when you can put all the weapons on the figure, regardless of its scale. That looks really cool. Okay, for us holding the weapons, he does amazingly. Because of the articulated fingers, you can get that really cool side appearance that would, when you're actually twirling your size around, I guess, and doing your martial arts kata, you can get the fingers around the pommels and around the side there. So it gives you a really amazing look for posability. Or if you do like the standard look, you can grip them with no problem in various different positions. But that looks incredible. I love this look here. It looks great. Very, very nice. Okay, now that we looked at Raph, look how amazing that he is, let's go ahead and take a look at the Triceraton. Now, there's definitely issues with some scaling with the villains versus the bad guys. I kind of think they're on a smaller side, except for the Shredder. I think he's pretty much on par with the Turtles. Now, when you do have your biggie, bulky characters like Bebop, Rocksteady, and this Triceraton, you definitely think they should be bigger than the Turtles just because of the source material ammo they come from. So my first impression on this guy, he's a little small, and his arms are really long. They go all the way down, like just past his knees. It's pretty wild. But he's definitely on the slicker, skinnier side of a Triceraton, maybe a younger version, I guess, if you want to sell it that way. So we have some blue here on his snout. We have his horns on top of his head and on his beak. Blue eyebrows. Nicely painted eyes. Teeth. Brown around the brim. Brown. Gray around the brim here. Looks very cool. On the front here we have a gray chest armor. Two-tone, darker, lighter. We have a red triangle. A belt that has a red triangle with a darker, almost, very close to a black. On the back of his vest, he has this antenna. We do have the straps here on the back down in a darker gray. And we have, this may be a breaking point, so be careful with that. Now, you might have seen this little stub on his back. The tail needs to be attached. Just unboxed these as of this video. We'll do that here in a second. On his wrist, he does have these spiked wristbands or gauntlets. Torn, like a teal colored pants, greenish pants. Then we have gray here on his shins. Then we have his toenails are painted like almost a flat black with the orange overall skin tone of the figure. But that's what he looks like. It's the side, the back, minus the tail, obviously. Pretty cool. It's not a bad figure. It's just on the smaller side of the Triceraton army. So you could look at it as that. He's not labeled as a specific character. He can actually just be one of the many Triceratons that the Turtles have fought over the many, many years. So here's his tail. Just a solid piece. We have this gray band around the farther end of his tail here. It just pops on. And I figure we do that on camera since it's not a big deal. So this is a very small amount of assembly that's needed for this figure. It's very snug. So that's how that looks. Sticks kind of straight out. It rotates 360. You can give it a downward appearance or on each side. Either way you would like. Or you can have it up, on the sides. Either way. So, but there's no other articulation in the tail. With it down like so, definitely gives it a additional standing support so it doesn't fall over backwards, which is not top heavy or back heavy. So, but that's a pretty cool look. I think I like how it wraps down towards his feet. I think it looks really, really cool. So for the rest of the articulation of the Triceraton, he does look up. He does look a little down. He rotates his head 360. Not much at all on the side to side there. A little bit. Ball joint shoulders. Very big ball on his shoulder. You can go big joint. Very like how large that joint is. Get a lot of range on this one. Goes up about that much. We do have 360 rotation at the top of the bicep on both arms. He also sports those double jointed elbows, which is, in my opinion, pretty wild of a range. And that's just, you probably can get a little more. Wrist, rotate, 360. They have the in and out joint like this. And so does Raphael. I think I missed a wrist on him. Besides, get excited over the hand. So I just really enjoy the finger articulation. But his hands do the same thing. They rotate 360, and they have the in and out also. So for his chest, he more likely has like an ab crunch here lower than the Turtles. Back, forth. You can get some side to side on it. And you can get a rotation if you want that. Split. It's really a lot of force there. A lot of resistance there. I don't want to break it. That you find out on your own if you want to push your thresholds. It's relatively tight. Double jointed knees, which is great. Probably get a little better, but it's really stiff. You probably hear it cracking and stuff. So the feet, they do pivot down, a little up. There's no rotation at all, and no side to side. But he's really cool for what he is. Even though the size for this guy is a little smaller, I still like it. He comes with a stand. He has this gunmetal, flat, almost like a flat gunmetal color. We have 2 pig holes, a triangle, and I believe he fits. They've nailed the tolerance for these pegs, for these stands, for these figures. In my opinion, they just perfectly toleranced. He does come with a submachine gun. It's very, very large. There's no paint. It's just all one, like a flat gunmetal color. It's kind of cool. He does have 2 hands that he can grip in either one if you decide you want one versus the other, but we're going to go with this. Let me see how well he grips it. And with that amazing articulation, look where he can stick his gun at and hold it. That's pretty wild, right? I think I've ever done it with any figure I have. You know, you can turn his wrist this way, obviously, and you got that pose. Anything you want, you can lay it back. So let's bring this hand down and see what my joint is here. Don't want to break that. So he has one more accessory. I don't know what it is, but it's this thing. I don't know if it's like a grappling hook, shoots a laser, or what it does. Sonic weapon. I'm not sure. I don't remember if it was ever in a cartoon. It's been a long time since I've seen the Ninja Turtles from the original. But he can hold that also pretty nicely. And then again with that wonderful, just to demonstrate the elbow accommodating the overall articulated arms and wrist. That's very cool. So here he is standing beside Raph. He doesn't look bad. He looks a little small. You can use him as a youngster, maybe. He looks a little small, yes, but for Triceraton. Maybe still grown. He's a grown boy that needs some pizza. I don't know. But I like it. Nothing's perfect, I guess, and as much as we want to have the perfect figures, I always find something we don't like when it comes to the figures. Probably just cut costs most of the time for the companies, but you know, it's not too bad. Pretty nice. All right, so that's about all I got for this Walmart exclusive 2-pack of 4 Raphael and Triceraton. Highly recommend all 4 of these packs. Except I haven't seen Raphael Donatello in the store. You can get them on Walmart.com. With it being the holidays, this is, you know, the end of November 2021 is when we're making this video. You know, if you wait around, you might miss them out because, you know, everybody's shopping for Christmas. And with current conditions and shortages, you might not want to wait too long like I did. And I kind of lucked out and still got them for a retail price. So that worked for me, and I hope that works for you guys too. So that's my best advice to you about to pick these up if you're interested in them. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. It really helped the channel out. And don't forget to thumbs up. Like and share the video. Like I said, comment down below. Share it with your friends and fellow collectors that, you know, collect Ninja Turtles. I may be doing a video for like just a comparison of all 4 turtles and the 4 bad guys, just as like a wrap up to the whole, you know, 4 different reviews that we have. I'm probably going to put them on a playlist. If you want to see all 4 of them in a playlist with the bonus material, look for that here in a few days of the release of this video, and you can check that out too. As always, guys, thanks so much for your support. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next review.